listening to two guys talk about big sweaty men in tights. Darren and Al on In the Square Circle on the Duck.
This is J.J. Dillon, the leader of the original Four Horsemen, and you're listening to In the Squared Circle on Duck Radio.
All right, it is In the Squared Circle right here on Duck Radio. And on the phone right now, we have recent WWE superstar Kizarny. Kizarny, can you hear me, buddy? Kizarny. Oh, there you are. Give me one. Let me riggedy.
Hello.
There we are.
Can you hear me, dude?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, Kizarny recently in WWE was released a couple of months ago. What have you been up to since the release from the WWE?
I can't hear you, brother. I'm sorry.
What have you been up to since being released from World Wrestling Entertainment?
I've been working at WWC in Puerto Rico, and I'm sorting out to do the Jim Rose Circus versus Jake the Snake Roberts tour this summer, and just taking indie bookings here and there, figuring out some entrepreneurial stuff, and it looks like myself and Shane Sewell and Angelina Love will be doing a wrestling camp in Puerto Rico.
Where's the wrestling camp going to be?
What's that?
Where's the wrestling camp going to be?
We're gonna hold it in Puerto Rico.
Oh, very cool.
Juan.
So is it going to be more of a luchador style camp?
No, it's going to be come to Paradise and get trained by three wrestlers that know a thing or two about business. You got Angelina Love, you got Kizarny, Sin Bodhi, and you got Shane Sewell. And I think people are going to get a kick out of it.
Now, when did...
like jumping around with three weirdos in a ring and in the middle of Paradise, and jogging on the beach, swimming, catching sharks, and doing lots of good stuff, craziness.
Now, when does the Jim Rose Circus tour start?
It's going to start end of June, early July. I don't know the exact start date yet. I was told June 18th, but I think it's going to be more like July 1st. But as I get the info, I will post it on my MySpace.
And how long is that set to run?
Approximately 2 months.
Okay. So now we had talked about this on the show when they had put the posting on WWE.com under the industry news. So what's going to happen is Jim Rose Circus is a traveling circus, long established, travels around the country, and then at the end of each night they're going to have an Extreme Rules wrestling match featuring yourself versus Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yes, there should be DDTs and snakes and ladders and kitchen sinks and two-headed midgets and bearded ladies and squirrels and giraffes and whales and whatever we can fit into the building. Pretty insane.
Will the two-headed midgets be involved in the matches?
Oh, heck yeah.
No.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Now, have you worked with Jake yet, or still to come as far as...
Jake was, or is, kind of like mentor-protege to me. We're longtime friends. He's not my original teacher, but he is, who I would consider my main, teacher and influence. And now I think it's going to be my opportunity to, see who's the teacher now. Biatch.
Speaking of people you've worked with before, one of our friends of the show that's here locally in the Cleveland area, JT Lightning, wanted us to say hi. That he had worked with you in the past. JT's doing really good. He they had his 1,000th match a few months ago and had a big old to-do about it. So JT's doing well. So now, while you were in WWE, I don't get WWE's creative. They spent months promoting you on SmackDown, months and months and months, and then they released you in a shorter time after you finally got on TV than they spent promoing.
I think, long story short, I think I was just the brunt of confusion. Everybody, all the agents, producers, writers, what have you, took me for a villain. Vince took me for a good guy. that led to massive confusion. You throw in budget cuts on top of that, spells recipe for disaster. So that's what the long and short of it. I mean, we split on good terms, and hopefully I will be back at some point. And until then, I'm going to wreak havoc on planet Earth until I do return to the WWE universe.
Exactly. Yeah,
because if you're listening to this, I want my effing job back.
Well, there you go. A personal message for John Laurinaitis. Give Kizarny his job back. Now, which would you have rather been, the babyface or the heel?
I'm happy to be good mood Kizarny or bad mood Kizarny. I think, personally, I would have liked to do it how I did a Sin Bodhi in Florida Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
Start as a villain and just have fun, crazy, entertaining matches, and have the fans, kind of get a hold of what craziness I am and enjoy it, and then eventually just, when you enjoy somebody's match, you're a good guy, no matter how much of a bad guy you wrestle as. So it was just sort of an inevitable turn, when I first started in Florida.
Exactly.
They were booing and screaming for my name, and then, after entertaining, pretty soon, every time I come out, no matter if I was choking somebody or biting their nose off or whatever, I was getting cheered. So I think that's how it should have been. I think just by today's, what's the good word here? By today's landscape of how wrestling is, I don't think, guys doing mean or good things define who is a good guy or a bad guy. It's, who's got more TV time, who's got more exposure. If you put me versus Edge on an indie show, they know everybody knows Edge and hardly anybody knows me. So you'd probably be the good guy, and I'd probably be the bad guy.
Exactly.
You put me against King Kong Bundy, a career villain. More people know him, or they grew up watching him, whatever. He's going to be the good guy. I'm going to be the bad guy.
Exactly.
But you put me against like a local guy that they don't know, and if they've seen me on SmackDown and they haven't seen the local guy, well, I'll be the good guy. So that's kind of how I see it.
So now,
right, wrong, I don't know.